Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm Mike Lowe, and we are here back with Access Football. Cameras on, coffee smoking here in front of my face. Coffee number 2 today. Lazy morning. Michigan State play later today. Just kind of not really in the mood to watch football this morning. Instead, in the mood to play some football this morning. So that's what we're doing. We're playing Access Football here. 23, just getting into gameplay. Done a few videos on this game so far. I really like it, really enjoy it. I think there's just some really cool stuff kind of brewing with this company and their title here. And yeah, just really excited to see what they do with this game in the future, even with patches with this game. So again, recently just released for PS5, PS4. We are on the PlayStation 5, but I don't think there's like a PS5 version per se. So and again, this isn't Madden. You're not going to see like the most beautiful of animations, but you're still going to see, I think, really nice animations. And as much as I kind of went in being like, okay, like yeah, the graphics will probably bother me, they really haven't. I'm also not someone who just kind of lives and dies by graphics per se. So I'm really enjoying the franchise mode. We kind of restarted things here. I did play the first game of the franchise at one point, but I've kind of gone through and reset. Really just back to kind of the default settings for the game. With injuries and things like what else did I reset? Injuries and something else, I forget now. But point being, we're just kind of going out of the box. We are going to use Hall of Fame difficulty still. Penalties, that was the other thing that I ended up just resetting back to default. So that's what we're going to do. If you got questions as we go, I have the chat up on screen, so I'll be able to see it pretty actively here. Hopefully it doesn't block the gameplay. And again, just gonna the roster is pretty straightforward. I didn't sign really any like big free agents, just kind of just signed a few depth guys and just kind of moved some things around. But yeah, I think we're ready just to jump in here versus the Green Bay, I forget what they're called, Axemen or something like that, versus the Detroit Firebirds. Let's go. This game's just fun. So again, 15 minutes, injuries on, Hall of Fame, playing in Detroit. Stadiums look really good. Expert picks. Ooh, they're picking Green Bay mostly. 21-0, come on. We only have a 26% chance based on 1,000 simulations. I need to check controls one more time. There's a couple controls I'm forgetting what they are.
Hello and welcome to Detroit, Michigan. For everyone here at the Access Sports Network, my name is Dave Stevens, alongside analyst Mike Steele.
Dave, we see both teams right now getting those cleats laced a bit
Yeah, we'll kick
tighter.
off. What the hell?
Checking that helmet one last time. Makes me want to run back down for one more go at it. This one's going to be great.
There's no doubt about that. Let's go ahead and get down to the action.
Sliding, juking, speed burst. Okay. And then on defense, there's not a whole lot you need to do on defense. Let's see, pass control, give you slide. Okay. Audible. Yeah, strafe and speed burst is really all I've done. Jump deflect I haven't actually seen. It's not that I don't think it doesn't work or anything, but it hasn't done a ton for me. But anyway, power, finesse moves, that's something I need to kind of work on a little bit more here. But yeah, let's get into it. We smoked Green Bay the first time we did this game, so I hope it's a little bit closer. And it's funny because we didn't really put up like crazy numbers or anything.
Rivera kicks a deep one into the end zone. Grant catches the kickoff. Tackled after a return of 23.
I mentioned on the Discord, I mentioned on the last stream too, that they got to add a whistle. I don't know if it's just missing in like the port here for PS3 or what, but
This drive
it's really bizarre not having a whistle after plays.
Yard line.
I have no... Okay, I'm on 17 here.
Quarterback to pass. He sets up and throws. He's tackled up at the 32.
When you can keep the sticks moving quickly like that, it's a good way to build momentum on a drive.
Dropping back, Burke on the play action. Sets his feet and throws way down the field to the sideline.
I actually like seeing that, right? That was just an incomplete, pass broken up. It wasn't picked. It wasn't tipped for a touchdown. Those things will happen.
Lining up on second down.
Game uses motion a lot. I think that's kind of one of the big features they were
near the sideline. The pass falls
pedaling this year.
To the ground.
That way you'll see things like that, right? Just incomplete, inaccurate pass. That happens in the NFL all the time. You don't always see it in a game like Madden over the years. I think this year's Madden's better.
Third down.
All right, come on, D-line, get some pressure here.
Pass, a penalty marker on the play.
Oh, see, I was holding triangle like that whole time. Then I started mashing it, nothing happened. But it won't matter. It's a holding against the offense there.
Detroit takes the penalty.
Some would argue that taking
this game is not realistic because Detroit just got bailed out by a penalty. That never happens. It's quite the opposite usually. DBs can back off here.
Throws one out to the right side of the field.
Good job, defense.
Fourth down. Green Bay is set to kick this one away. Holt punts it away.
Still don't know how to get to punts. Ooh, he used the juke there.
Makes the return up to the 38. This drive will begin from the 38.
Pulling right guard. Oh, guys.
And he won't make it very far before being dragged down. That gets us to second down.
No crazy, amazing receiver on this team. I did not sign that guy that was out there. Let him go somewhere else.
He drops back. He rockets a pass to the sideline. That gets us to third down.
Gonna run a power run here. Get that right guard moving again. Our right guard's pretty big.
Tosses one to the back.
Center just blew his block.
Fourth down.
Okay.
The coach showed some wisdom and football knowledge on that call. Take what the defense gives you and live to fight another day.
He punts it away.
Ooh, check up. Quit rolling.
And the ball sails into the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. Missed tackle. That brings up second down.
Gosh, they run a lot of receivers.
Lining up on second
They're in
down.
dime or nickel, basically, constantly.
Steps back into the pocket. He sets up and throws. Third down.
Third and 3.
Third and short. The secondary backs off into deep coverage. Play action.
Do that.
The pass connects with number 88.
That's a well-executed pass for the first down.
All right, let's bring the corner blitz
set
here.
of downs for the offense. He sets up and throws.
Yeah, I don't know. That triangle button just doesn't do anything for me.
Second down.
And I don't know what it's supposed to do or what it's even supposed to look like, but might see it run the ball here.
He tosses one.
Nice play.
First down. Let's see what they do on first down. Burke gives it away.
Good job, D.
And he won't make it very far before being dragged down at the 26-yard line. Second down and long. A flag on the play. The Firebirds will accept the penalty.
There really is no excuse for false starts because you know the snap count.
Burke back to pass. Throws. Third down.
Third and 13. Bring a little blitz here.
Ninth play of the drive for Green Bay. Burke back to pass. Heaves a pass. He snags it out of the air for the touchdown.
I was definitely not back there, but I thought that corner would have had better coverage there.
Great throw and catch for the touchdown.
The kick is up. And it's good. Green Bay draws first blood today. 7-0.
Any touchdown deflates a team, Dave, but giving up on the first score of the game just takes it to another level.
Lining up for the kickoff. The kick is off. Gregory catches the kickoff. Broken tackle. Makes the return up to the 28-yard line.
It's a one-score game, Dave. You have to feel good about your chances here if you're the offense. Let's see how they execute.
He takes the ball. Second and short. He drops back to pass. Bullet pass. And he steps out close to the 49-yard line. And that's enough for a first down. The tight end lines up on the right side. He drops back. Play action pass. And that's enough for a first down.
You know, Dave, you can only go from first down to first down so many times before it turns into points on the board.
Move the camera there.
He pitches the ball to the runner.
Outside run game not there today.
Tight end on the right side. He takes the ball. Third down. Gross with the catch. 4th down.
Some throws
4th and 3
require
at the
touch, and some
26. I'm really
require
tempted to go
zip.
for this, but I think we'll
That,
take the
my
field goal
friend,
here.
was a rocket shot.
There's the kick. And it's good. Detroit recovered some ground with that score. 7-3.
These guys play with a chip on their shoulder, and they also keep chipping away at this lead. The away team has the chance to make this a 2-score game with this possession.
He dodges away. 2nd down. 2nd down. The D-line slides over. He hurls one. The ball falls to the ground.
There we go.
Incomplete.
I like these Firebird jerseys. I actually like just about all the jerseys I've seen in this game. They're pretty cool.
3rd play of the drive for the Axemen. He drops back to pass. Malone on the reception. That will move the chains.
With that first down, the QB gets a bit more comfortable, which really helps his confidence going forward.
Steps into the pocket.
Oh boy, that
Sets
guy's
his
wide
feet and
open.
throws
Need a little
deep
help.
downfield. That will bring up 1st down.
Amazing.
Hey, what's up,
job by the
Jason? I like it a
receiver to
lot.
make that catch
Jason's
with
asking
defenders breathing down his
how he liked the
neck.
game. It's first time seeing the game. Yeah, I just think it's fun. Like, it's just really clean. I think the franchise mode is. I really like the franchise mode, like, more than Madden. You know, I mean, gameplay Madden, you know, probably obviously
The runner dodges
graphically
away.
certainly beats it. Yeah, I mean, I would still pick Madden's gameplay. Even just the complexity, the difficulty, it's just a little bit more to offer there. But there's also, like, this game doesn't have a lot of that goofy, you know, where just like every pass is an interception, because it's not as arcadey as Madden, right? So that's a huge plus for me. Like little things, a little bit harder to control your defender. Like on that play, I ran up from the safety position, and it's a little out of control. Like, it's a little bit fast. Where, like, you don't have like that. I forget what it's called, Madden, but you can like lock in like the defensive assist or something like that. Like, I really like that feature in Madden. Definitely helps you kind of not run around like a maniac.
Burke lining up under center.
Oops. D-line.
The D-line adjusts their position. Tosses the ball.
Make a play.
He makes the
Dang
catch
it.
in the end zone for a touchdown.
I'll tell you, these two work on that in practice all the time. They could do this in their sleep, but it
the
sure
franchise
gives
mode's
the
really cool.
defense nightmares.
Jason,
Well,
I
it looks
created a
like
video
we've
yesterday of
got
like kind of like my
an
top
injured player on
10
the field.
reasons why I think the
It's
franchise
good.
mode
Green Bay
could be better than
widens
Madden's.
their lead.
And that's on the
14-3.
YouTube channel here.
This is when it's fun
And go
for
through
an
quite a
offense.
bit of the
You
franchise
extend
mode
this
in
lead,
depth,
and the game
so-
just starts to flow.
The kick is caught at the 6. Makes the return up to the
Well,
20.
14
The home
points in the
team has
first
a
quarter,
great
not
opportunity
ideal,
here
but
to build some momentum and eat away at that lead
Yeah, thanks,
they're
Jason.
facing.
That marks the end of the first quarter. Green
All right,
Bay
well-
with the lead so far. 14-3.
no reason to panic here. I'm just glad they're scoring. Last time we kind of smoked this team, and glad. There we go. Good run. We have a pretty good running back. Two good running
That
backs,
gets
actually.
us to 2nd down. Lining up with 2 backs. Drops back into the pocket. Zings it up the middle. And he can't reel it in.
Not a good throw. 3rd and 5.
Third.
I'm gonna try to hit
play
these
of
guys
the
deep,
drive
actually, on
for
3rd and
the
5.
Firebirds. Quarterback to pass. Fires one. He can't bring it
took
in.
forever. That pass was super slow.
The punter punts it away. Fielded at the 20-yard line.
The away team needs to play it smart here. They're in control of this game and need to focus on not making mistakes.
He hands it to the runner, tackled quickly up at the 35-yard line. That brings up second down. Handing it off to number 7. A crucial third down for the offense. Quarterback to pass. Tosses a pass across the first down line. And he's stopped by Murray. Good enough for a first down.
That's crazy.
With that first
I do not know how to defend passes. There's only the triangle button,
really helps his confidence going
but it doesn't
forward.
really seem to do anything.
Dropping back. He throws one along the sideline.
Ooh.
And he's forced out up at the 30. Good enough for a first down.
Sorry, I gotta adjust some of these broadcast settings. Stuff's in weird places. I did miss a comment there that came in. Yeah, Jason, I thought I was going to pick that too. We were right there. I've yet to make a play like that too, so I'm curious to see.
Downs for the offense. Looking downfield. And
first sack. User sack.
Back at the 34-yard line. That
Just
brings up
kind of a simple
second
read.
down.
My coverage guy, the guy I was going to cover, the running back, just stayed in the block, so I was kind of free to roam and saw him start moving.
A 5 defensive back set for Detroit. Dropping back. Throws one out to the left side of the field. That brings up a crucial third down. Third down. Launches a pass high over the center of the field. The pass falls harmlessly to the ground.
Really use a
Lining
missed
up
field
for
goal
the
here.
field goal.
The quarterback's been sharp. 211 yards already. Ugh.
It's up. And he makes it from
Gotta get our offense
42
going.
yards out. Green Bay widens the gap a bit with that
But I like this because, like I said last time, we
17-3.
smoked these guys. And this is the same two teams, same two rosters, basically.
They're starting to put points up at will.
Same difficulty level, so I like that there's variety. I was kind of hoping I wouldn't come in here and just like
Taken
smoke
at
this
the
team.
7-yard line. Makes the return up to the 29.
The home team
Well,
has a great opportunity here to build some momentum.
Dawson,
and
my
eat away at
safety's
that
back
lead
from
they're
injury. It
facing.
says it's really hard to see like when players are injured in this game. That's kind of one of the negatives, I guess. Oh, geez, I thought that was a handoff.
Pulled in by number
Yeah, that works.
25.
Didn't that play look like a handoff in the play art? See if we can get him with a counter here.
Knight makes the handoff.
There we go. Oof.
Blocking can be one of the more overlooked aspects of running, but their impact on that first down run was pretty evident.
Watching these safeties here. Just forgetting my icons. It's tricky.
Knight steps back into the pocket.
Oh no. Oh, I had O wide open too. But he was like my third read. I wish there was a replay on this. It'd be cool to show you guys that play, but the safety stayed deep, and then my next look was just kind of that first cross, which was covered pretty well in the flat. But the kind of the trailing cross route was wide open, but got hit obviously. So second, I guess we can try that screen pass here. I'm afraid to try it though. I haven't got it to work right. Let's try to run that under play here. Get those receivers crossing and see if we can cause some confusion here. So my first read is square.
Knight looking to pass. Tosses the ball out to the right
side
step of the field.
I mean, three guys there, but it looked like he had a step.
Incomplete.
All right, no reason to turn it over here. Let's just get what we can get. We'll look deep first with the safeties, otherwise we can just go underneath and just have to punt it. But
Knight steps back into the pocket, makes the throw. Shaw makes the completion, and he's taken down. That'll bring up fourth down.
The defense was expecting pass the whole way. The safeties and corners had the top covered, which left that short pass as the only option.
The punt will sail into the end zone. Touchback.
The defense has their backs to the wall here. Look for some aggressive blitz packages and tight coverage.
You know, some of those, like, you know, say interceptions and stuff like that. I mean, my safety is like a C+ or B rating, which is, you know, kind of average in this game, you know, maybe above average. And I just wonder, like, if we had an, you know, an A+ player or something, if it would be,
second,
if you'd see different results, right?
Bay. There's a flag on the field. Throws one across the first down line.
Offsides in the defense, I'm guessing.
Let's see how the penalty affects things. Green Bay chooses to decline the penalty.
Let me tell you, Dave, hearing those chains move is one of the best sounds to the offense.
Dropping back, tosses the ball. Sight on the reception.
That's just beating the defense. They really can't even attack because they keep giving up yardage.
Yeah, we can't sort these guys out. Let's go.
Caught. He's stopped.
So like there, I over pursued that tackle, right?
Down.
We're just getting no pressure or anything. And if we blitz, then obviously we're really short-handed in the backfield there.
Detroit takes the penalty.
Mental errors are a huge part of the game. This one just creeps up pre-play for us all to see.
Dropping back, the Axemen with the play action. Snagged out of the air by number
So that animation, you can see the defender like reach his hands out, right?
down.
Like he
Let me tell you, Dave, hearing those
reached for the
chains
ball
move
there.
is one of the best sounds to the
Oh,
offense.
nice, Jason. Have fun. That's very cool. I will be watching here from San Diego, meeting a buddy. Gonna go watch the game. Is it? What time is it? Gosh, you're freaking me out. You must be getting there early.
Handing it off.
It's a 4:30 start, or I'm sorry, 7:30 your time, right?
That will bring up second down. Second down for the Axemen.
Come on, Detroit, get some pressure here.
Burke drops back, throws one. Jackson grabs the ball out of the air. That will move the chains.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm still drinking coffee, so yeah, good luck. I'm definitely rooting for Michigan. I'm not like a diehard or anything. My buddy is, who I'm watching the game with, but I'm kind of one of those, like, I more want Michigan State to lose, right?
Makes the
but no, I don't really care. I like Big Ten. I root for the Big Ten, so but sorry, Michigan State fans, you guys are annoying. It's like some weird insecurities going on. Like, it's okay. Pick that off. Come on. Like, you're not the Michigan football program. It's okay. Most schools aren't. Dog over here is going crazy. Yeah, and like, just, I don't know, be who you are. Like, Oregon doesn't try to be Alabama or anything like that. They're Oregon. They're their own identity. I think that's cool. So
drops back. He lets one fly.
Make a play. Oh my gosh.
Green generally gets some trash talk going on.
What is going on?
He's going to let those DBs hear it the whole rest of the game.
Here's the kick.
Like, I don't know. Like, Triangle doesn't seem to do anything. But and we're getting our butts kicked. Come on.
You see the defense.
We get the ball at the half, so we need to score here.
These guys are getting,
because if we score on both those drives, again, big if. We're down by a touchdown at that point. And it's a different game.
8-yard line. Tackled after a return of 15.
Overall today, they've been outperformed on offense. It's time for them
to get a little bit more
buckle
aggressive
down
here
and get things moving if they want any chance of turning things around.
Knight back to pass.
Ooh, I threw the wrong guy. That works though. I thought that was the outside receiver. Oh, good question, J-Rod. What is the first sports video game I played?
The Firebirds.
I have to pause and think about it. So I actually think I remember, and none of you guys probably won't even know what the hell this is. I don't remember what it's called, but it was basically, we had one of the early Atari computers my parents got us, and it's probably the reason my brother and I both work in computers today. And I mean, so this is like the mid 80s or maybe late 80s, right? Probably late 80s, because my brother was around. And he was born in 84. So I forget the name of it. It's funny, I was just talking about this. I was working with tech people at my work yesterday. They were fixing my work computer remotely, and the guy I was working with was he collects consoles, and he has like every console ever made, and we were talking about this stuff, and he threw out some names, but I forget. It was an Atari computer. Like, it had a keyboard, so it wasn't like the Atari like console. And it used like the floppy disks and stuff, and you could put like 30 games on a disc. And anyway, there was a baseball game for that. I forget what it's called, but it was, of course, super pixelated. And I just remember, like, when you moved the defense around, like, all 9 guys would, like, move with you. So, like, if there was a ball to left field and, like, you'd move the left fielder to go get it, like, the entire defense would kind of, like, move like that as, like, a whole. But it was awesome. Like, I remember the sound effects are good, and it was the first sports game I remember playing. But I remember, like, also, and again, there was no stats, there was no season, you just played games. Like, there were no names. The players they were just like batter 1, batter 2. But I used to keep track of, like, I wonder how batter 3's doing. Like, oh, well, he was 3 for 4 today. And I would, like, just, even as a kid, like, I would just keep statistical notes on, like, what these players are doing. And of course, like, at the end of it, if you calculated it up, like, the 9 hitter was no different than, like, the 4 hitter. And so, you know, it's just, but yeah, that kind of opened me up to just really the like enjoyment of sports. You know, I like my first sport memory was probably like my dad being really excited about the '84 Tigers. I was only 4 years old at the time, so I don't really remember like the game per se. I remember like kind of being around to watch it, but like what I remember most is just like my dad and like his buddy or whoever was watching the game just being like really excited. And like that's probably what got me into sports the first time, was just like, oh wow, cool, this is really exciting. And it's pathetic that the Tigers still haven't won a World Series since then. But yeah, and so all of that kind of just like the, I guess, like baseball hype at that time. And this was well before the Atari and, you know, when the Tigers won the World Series. But that was the first gaming system I had. I had it before an NES. We got an NES a little bit late in the game. Like most of my friends had a Nintendo before I did. But that's the first sport game I remember. But maybe a game that you guys might remember is probably, or at least would like know the series. Like I remember Madden 92, I remember NHL 92. Like I used to rent those. I probably owned Madden. I remember renting NHL from Blockbuster and just being like, oh my god, this game's amazing. So like the game 2 years before the classic 94 version that everyone loves. I remember playing NBA Live, but before it was NBA Live, it was just called like Lakers versus Celtics or something like that. Like there was only 2 teams in it, maybe 3 or 4 teams, and that game was really cool. And of course, that turned into NBA Live, and NBA Live used to be really, really good. This is way before NBA 2K. So again, like I'm thinking like NBA Live, like 95, something like that was a really good game. Whatever one had like the Cavaliers with like Mark Price and Brad Daugherty. Played that a lot. I remember playing like PGA Tour. Or whatever the hell it was called from EA Sports, like probably like 94-ish, 96 maybe, something like that. So like that series, like that stretch of games, it was like when I really got into sports gaming, was kind of like that mid-90s, early 90s even. And there was just a ton of really, really good games, even like wrestling games and stuff. I mean, the wrestling games were kind of bad, but I remember playing like... what was that awesome Nintendo wrestling game where they had like Starman, like he had like the pink jumpsuit and Amazon, and I think it was just called Pro Wrestling or something like that. Like that game was awesome, and again, just all fictional. So yeah, so those are the ones that I played. But yeah, just, oh man, good stuff. Good stuff.
Drops back into the pocket.
God, they get so slow. Just get the first down. Go out of bounds. No, that's why I wanted you to go out of bounds.
He steps out of bounds.
It's like Madden, guys. You can't run it through quarterbacks. This is such a Lions or Detroit game.
Might see the backup come in on those key downs going forward. The away team has a chance to pick up some free points.
It's so crazy. You're so fast, and then suddenly they just run out of steam, and your quarterback's dead.
Throws it. Snagged out of the air by number 7.
A machine.
The Axemen with 2 tight ends.
I remember that Atari computer. I had a football game. I don't remember what it was called. It was terrible. Like everything about it was terrible. But it was like 3-on-3. Like you had a center and a quarterback and maybe like a running back or a receiver. Like I don't even know how to play it. It was brutal. But I remember like trying because I'm like, oh cool, football. And it was just an atrocious game. First football game I remember like playing and really loving was of course like the original Tecmo Bowl. Everyone talks about Tecmo Super Bowl, which is great, but I remember being a kid when like Tecmo Bowl was a new game, and I remember like my grandma's neighbor, she was like a beautician and she cut our hair, right? So we'd go over to my grandma's house and we'd get like our haircut or whatever next door, and her son was a year older than me, and he had like the Nintendo really early. He had a ton of games, and he had Tecmo Bowl, and oh my god, we just play that, and like it was the, I mean, it's still one of the greatest games ever. That game's amazing. Bo Jackson, again on the original Tecmo Bowl. Tecmo Super Bowl is the better game, but the original Tecmo Bowl, Bo Jackson on the Raiders is absolutely ridiculous. And you also had Marcus Allen, by the way, if you needed another, a Hall of Fame running back to back him up, basically. How's that not a touchdown?
It's runs like that, Dave.
This is brutal. We're getting smoked.
For this game, nothing fancy, just our guys beat your guys.
Yeah, I mean, the announcer's completely right here.
Makes the hand up. Touchdown.
Oh, jeez. Oh man, well I'm glad they're kicking my ass, truthfully. I think it's a bit of a relief, but dang.
It's good. Green Bay widens their lead, 31-3.
The defensive coordinator was worried about this.
31-3.
Strike at will, and they prove it again here.
Kennedy boots it.
I don't think there's like momentum in this game, but oh wow, we are playing terrible.
Makes the return up to the 28.
Well, same game plan. Try to get down by 2 touchdowns, I guess.
To retake the lead and would do well to get things rolling.
We can score here, score at the half.
He drops back to pass. Throws a fastball over to the right side.
Ugh, that's such a Detroit play. 2-yard gain.
Was really slung in there, Dave. The receiver did a great job holding on to it for the catch.
Knight fakes the handoff and looks to
Oof,
pass.
no time. Hit a square. Popping open though.
Green Bay will call their first timeout here. That
Green Bay's
gets
calling
us to
timeouts
third
on
down.
us. God, this is ugly.
Knight looking to pass. He hurls one.
Force it here.
Incomplete pass.
At least it wasn't picked. Oh man.
Number 6 on the punt.
We are just getting our ass kicked.
Green catches the punt.
Our number one
After a
receivers are
return
Gunner.
of 13.
The home team
Yeah, it's all
needs
good.
to get their
This
act
does
together
everything.
on defense. They'll need a big turnover or a quick stop to try and shift the momentum back in their favor.
Green Bay is just ruthless. Calling timeouts.
Quarterback to pass. Throws a pass.
Yeah, RBI
Green
baseball. I
Bay
remember that.
uses their
I'm gonna just
second
talk about. There's a
timeout.
bunch of
That
comments I
brings
forgot
up
to check.
second down.
RBI baseball is great. I like bases loaded better. Like I remember when both those games were out. Most people liked RBI. It's very similar to today because they had real life rosters. But like I thought that game was kind of arcadey. I didn't really. I mean, I played it because all my friends had it and everybody loved it. But I thought Bases Loaded, which was a baseball game that came out around the same time, that was a better baseball game. I love that game. I thought RBI baseball was a little overrated, but yes, still good. I shouldn't say overrated. I just like Bases Loaded better. Let's see. Yeah, that's a great question though, J-Rod. That was fun. Dave says, I see you're enjoying Access Football. I'm enjoying it as well. A very good game, especially the simulations. Yeah, it's super realistic. And then J-Rod said that baseball game, yeah, he was saying RBI baseball. One game in the 93 finals sealed my sport. Oh, wow, that's cool. That's got to be crazy. First game for me was NBA Jam. Yeah, I remember that. I remember playing the arcade version, like at an arcade. So when you see, like, I don't know if some of you probably don't even know what I'm talking about, like an arcade version. Like, now we just use that to describe like a certain gameplay style, but like arcades, like I had a birthday party when I was a kid that was at an arcade. Like everyone's parents took, we played video games at it, right? And but like they used to have, I mean they still do, like you can go into, like in Michigan we call them party stores, but like they're like liquor stores. I mean, this is so ridiculous. This is like how ridiculous life was in the 80s. I would ride my bike up to essentially a liquor store that sold like cigarettes, alcohol, chips, and we call them party stores in Michigan. So I'd go up to the party store and they'd have arcade games in the back, or like not in the back, but like off to like by the coolers and stuff, just like off to the side, and just bring a bunch of quarters. Like I'd steal quarters like out of my parents' piggy bank or whatever and just ride up there. And like I had to ride on a super busy street. Like you ride your bike on a super busy street, like completely ridiculous stuff like you would never let your kids do today on like a number of levels, right? Like you wouldn't let them ride your bike alone on this busy road, no helmets back then, and then I'm going up to this like liquor store where like God only knows who's in there doing who knows what, and but I would play those games anyway. I remember arcade games were all over the place, right? You go to bowling alleys and they're still there now, but like they were like really good ones. Like I remember like Operation Wolf, which is like if you're playing Call of Duty and stuff, like Call of Duty, Wolfenstein, like games like that, in my opinion, kind of like were born out of a game called Operation Wolf, which was a game where you actually like had like the gun was mounted on the actual arcade console and you could like aim and shoot and stuff. So it was like the very first person shooter basically. And of course like Nintendo had the gun and stuff like that for Duck Hunt and like Hogan's Alley, and but anyway, the arcade. So to go back to NBA Jam, like I remember at the mall, like which of course where you hang out when you're like 15, right? You go to the mall and you hang out with your friends. There was like a full-fledged arcade in there, and they had a ton of games. And NBA Jam was always super popular. It's like one of those games where like you'd stand around and watch other people you don't even know just play, because like some people of course were like super good at it, and so yeah, that was just super cool. Yeah, NBA Jam is great. I mean, my wife and I were talking about NBA Jam the other day. Like that was a game her and her brother used to play, and yeah, I mean, it's just, that's cool. Wildly popular. NBA Jam was so popular. And I remember like when that game came out,
Green Bay will use their third
on console. Maybe Sega Genesis. I think I had it for. That was huge. I remember it was like when like a Zelda game would be released. It was just like, oh shit, NBA Jam's out. Like it was awesome.
The defensive line adjusts.
Guys, this game's making me sad. Not Access Football. This actual Green Bay versus Detroit game. Make a play. Yes! And he's in bounds. So, again, there's an animation there, right? I don't know how that happened. We have to, like, totally try to push this and score. And we still have 3 timeouts. Oh, my God. I don't know what to call here. No one's getting open. I'm just going to call this play action all go. Just see, but... ugh.
He drops back to pass.
Oh boy. Stay out of the end zone.
Second down.
Okay. That wasn't good. On second thought, we're going to let this clock run out because, yeah. We're just going to let the clock run out. All right, so that's a bad half. I'd be booing. 3 timeouts. I mean, that was just an absolute beatdown. Oh boy, yeah. At least we get the ball. So we need 4 touchdowns to tie it, right? Come on. It's at least... But it's like as poorly as our offense is playing, our defense has played just as poorly. They gave up 14 points in the first quarter, and even more in the second quarter. 17 in the second quarter. I mean, just consistently bad.
Some news for us from the sideline. What can you tell us, Emma?
Gentlemen, I caught up with the coach for Detroit during the break. He said that he plans on telling the team to keep working hard and stay focused.
Picked off.
Intercepted by
that should have been good break. Damn.
I bet the quarterback wishes he could have that.
I was looking over the middle at first, and again, there was like seeing if they'd like send a blitz or something, and they didn't. So I was like, okay, outside's gonna be open, and it looked like it would be. And so I tried to anticipate that route, and that defender made a great play. Is this a Lions game or what? Like Jared Goff, start of the second half, interception.
He sets up and throws over to the right flat.
Oh man, it's
Second
like
down.
just Detroit football is just cursed. Whether it's the Lions, whether it's
Green Bay
the
comes
Firebirds.
out in a 4-receiver set.
Guys, I should try to get that old Atari computer or something, do some streams with it. I don't even know how I'd set that up. Like would it even connect to? I mean, you'd have to get so many adapters to even connect it to your TV. And actually, no, I had a monitor, so I don't know. Anyway, it would probably be terrible. It's all nostalgia. 3rd and 5, come on.
Burke steps back into the pocket.
Make a play.
Receiver
Nice.
can't bring it in.
Oh, this is brutal.
There's the kick. And it's good. But I'll tell you, not by much. Green Bay widens the gap a bit with that score. 34-3.
That's a big score for the away team.
Brutal, brutal.
Green Bay is getting set for the kickoff. Kennedy boots it. The kick is caught at the 3. And he's brought down after a return of 22.
The home team needs to get something going on this drive.
A fresh set of downs for the offense.
Getting worked, guys.
Steps into the pocket. He muscles one past the first down. First down. He drops back. He flings a pass. Deep
Please get there.
The sideline. And he's tackled by
That was so ridiculous.
First down.
Those D linemen are lobbying for holding, hoping the refs can stop the momentum this offense is building.
Play action pass.
Ooh,
He is sacked
gosh.
by number 52.
We have a pretty good O-line, too, and they're killing
The
us.
Axeman comes out with 5 DBs. Knight drops back. He tosses one.
Damn.
I remember throwing footballs through swinging tires as a kid. I'm willing to bet this QB did the same thing. That pass was dead on.
Amazing.
Steps into the pocket. Airs one out in the end zone.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll say, just make a play. Let's go. I'll just take one-on-one on 3rd and a million.
Great throw and catch for the touchdown.
But again, could you make that throw in Madden? Like, there's no way, right? There's absolutely no way you're even. You have a shot.
The gap a bit. 34.
And I like that. Like,
I suppose
sometimes that's a touchdown. We've seen it with Green Bay.
Don't say that to the
sometimes
fans who
that's
are already to their cars.
Just knocked down. Sometimes it's intercepted. Like, there's variety there, just like there is in the actual NFL or college.
Rivera kicks it deep.
The away team has built up a nice lead and should focus on extending this drive as
I do wonder
long
if they'll
as
start
possible to
running
eat
the
up that
ball
clock.
a little bit more here. Man, my safety hurt again. All right, I guess I'm playing corner here.
Burke drops back.
Oh my gosh.
Throws a pass past the first down.
Well, that's one way not to worry about converting on 3rd down. Just get it done on the 1st down.
Man.
Dropping back. Throws one. Pass complete to number 87. That will bring up 2nd down. The Firebirds lines up with 5 defensive backs. Pitches the ball out to the runner. Stopped before he could break loose. Around the 40-yard line. 3rd down.
You know, I'm gonna go to nickel. I wonder if just too much dime. Like, our dime back might be just terrible, causing problems.
A crucial 3rd down for the offense. Play action pass. High.
Gosh.
The ball out of the air.
No, that was my zone. I crept up a little too much there. I'm sticking dime though.
A 5 defensive back package for the Firebirds. Dropping back. He throws one up beyond the first down.
Oh my god.
Touchdown.
Holy cow.
Unbelievable. That's the kind of play I'd expect to see only in a video game.
J-Rat says, as an offline-only sports gamer, the Eras mode in 2K was a godsend. Do you think other companies will also throw a bone to us? Non-MTX offline. What is non-MTX? Microtransaction. Oh yeah. Offline sports gamers. No, not really. I don't understand why they don't like merge it. I talked about this a little bit in the NBA stream yesterday. Of like go ahead and add. Like, I'm not anti-microtransaction per se. I'm just anti-stupid card trading modes that are like legalized gambling, basically.
For the away team.
But like, go ahead and microtransaction franchise mode. I don't care if you make franchise mode better and it gets as much attention in those stupid card trading modes. I'm all for it. I pay $300 for a good Madden every year or whatever. Like,
the
fine.
home team has dug themselves into quite a hole here. They've got a chance to regain some of that on this drive.
But no, I don't know.
Drops back into the pocket. Rockets one. He can't
Good
bring
grief.
it in.
Their defenders are just like way sharper than ours.
Steps into the pocket. Tosses a pass. Connects with number 15. 3rd down. Stopped before he could break loose.
Oh my gosh. Seriously brutal. All right,
4th
fullback.
down
Come on.
and short. Dodges the defender.
Going for it on 4th down is risky business. The offense felt like they had a chance of making it, and they were able to execute.
Quarterback to pass. Knight on the play action. Broken tackle.
Tried the spin move there.
2nd down.
When we talked to the coaches this week, they brought up that he nearly got drafted into Axis baseball. With that arm, we see exactly why.
Dropping back. Summer makes the reception. 3rd down.
It's really hard to like kind of use that momentum of a receiver, like say in that play, like crossing over. You're just kind of used to the Madden motion where they catch it and run. Again, there's definitely things Madden does better on a gameplay standpoint, but this is still really fun. It's certainly challenging.
He drops back. Scanning the field.
That's all I can really try. Hey, we'll take it. There's a good animation.
And that's enough for a 1st down. A fresh set of downs for the offense. Sets his feet and throws. He's taken down.
I don't know if there's like a hurry up. Yeah, I tried the old Madden hurry up button, but nothing.
Knight dropping back. Bullet pass. Past the 1st down marker.
Gregory's been pretty reliable
Good enough
today.
for a 1st down. There looks to
Let's
be
run
an
the ball
injury
here.
down on the field. Knight makes the handoff. 2nd down.
Oh man, getting our butts kicked.
The Axeman brings a blitz. Play action fake. And he's in for the score.
That's a play they won't mind seeing over and over in film this week.
There looks to be an injury down on
So
the field.
brought a blitz there.
Rivera on the kick. And it's good. Detroit closes.
So Jared, I want to make sure I answer your question.
17.
The away team
Do you think companies
do
will
well to
throw a bone?
execute a nice long drive
So
here.
do I
That
think
would
we'll
really
still, like,
take
maybe
the
it's
wind
two
out
parts
of
to
the
that question,
sails
right?
from
Do
the
I think
score.
they're going to suddenly switch their focus to like franchise modes? No, not unless they start microtransacting it. But now we just have there's so many people who are expecting the card trading modes, right, quote unquote, whatever they are. And again, I'm not like they're not bad. They're okay. Like Diamond Dynasty was fun, and to me, it's like they have to create some more customization around it. Like I want to run a private, just to use MLB The Show as an example, like a private MLB The Show Diamond Dynasty where I can set up all kinds of different rules. Like you could just set up like a fantasy league where it's just like a keeper league. You could set up where like there's actual progression and players get older. I want to, like, what I really liked was the old Diamond Dynasty where it was fictional players the very first time they did it. And those players would like expire basically, and you'd have to replace them with free agent. Like, give me like an actual environment, right? Give me like an ecosystem of players aging, and it doesn't have to be a full-fledged franchise mode. And so if they're able to do that, then maybe they can bring some of that together. To me, and I still don't understand why, and this is what I was talking about a minute ago, I don't understand why they didn't kind of like microtransaction the franchise mode itself. People are drawn to sports games typically because of the real life leagues, NBA, NFL, and so on. Like those modes like completely take you out of that, right? And it's more just the sport. Like there aren't a ton of people who are like, I'm just obsessed with football, right? It's more like I'm obsessed with the NFL, or I really love college football, or whatever it is, right? It's not like you're obsessed with just going out with your friends and playing flag football. And so it's weird how it's like, I'm surprised how it's worked that way. Anyway, so I don't think they'll throw us a bone yet. I mean, I hope they do. I hope, again, franchise becomes a thing more. And again, microtransaction the hell out of it. If it's good, I will pay for it. And so will many of you. Do I think we'll see things like eras? Yes, I do. I think there's a huge market for it in baseball. Again, just the history of baseball. I mean, think of like setting up an actual like 1880s era where like the guys are like barely using gloves and like there's no home runs. I mean, it'd be crazy. There's no fences. Like that would be really, really cool. So I think it could definitely work there. I think the NFL eras thing could work. I think NBA 2K will definitely. I know a lot of people are bitching about like there's not a LeBron era. Guys, it's going to be in the game next year. Like clearly that's going to be a big thing. Is they're going to be adding other eras, and I'm actually surprised they added in more. What I would do if I was NBA 2K is I would set up how Out of the Park is, where you could start in any year you want. It's not an era. You just pick a year and you could go. So if you want to pick the actual season that an expansion team started, you could start, say, in the off season of whatever it was, 92 or whenever like the Grizzlies were in Vancouver or whatever year that was. That's what I would do with eras if I was NBA 2K. I would, I guess, set up a LeBron one because everybody wants it. But eventually they're going to run out. And to me, it's just got to be something where it's set up as you could pick any year you want, again, like Out of the Park baseball, where the rosters are just set to go. I still think NBA 2K needs to get carryover saves. I've asked them about that in person when I've been up at the 2K studios for Operation Sports. And it was something they were pretty candid about. It's just not something they're really interested in. Now, again, this was years ago, but it didn't seem to be a priority. And it's not the end of the world. I think for me, it's just more like MLB The Show really needs it. And they had it. And it's just a bummer that it's A, gone away, and B, doesn't sound like it's coming back. Because like people are obsessed with baseball, right? Like we're obsessed with stats in baseball. And it's a very long season. And so if you want to play all those games, and the game does such a good job on the field itself, the gameplay is really solid, you can generate actually pretty realistic stats. I mean, I've played multiple full 162 game seasons here, and but without the carryover saves, like that's huge. I mean, that's the reason I didn't buy MLB The Show this year. And it wasn't to like, boycott or make a stance. Like nobody cares, right? To me, I'm like, I don't want to play this. I won't play this game if I can't carry it over. It's just a waste. It's a ton of time to commit. There's lots of other games I want to check out, and that's kind of what it was for me. So saw some other comments pop in here. So let's see. Yeah, right. Yeah. So, could microtransactions be palatable if used to enhance franchise mode? Yeah. For Madden, when did you notice that series originally start to go downhill in quality? Madden is like, it's always been kind of up and down for me. Like there was a period where I didn't play it for a little while just because, I work in higher ed now. But before I was in higher ed, I was a high school teacher, and guys, that's a fucking busy job. Like it's hard. And I had it easy. Like my students liked me. I got along with everybody. Like I had no problems. I was very, very lucky. I worked in a good district in the suburbs of Chicago, and so I always preface that by saying like I had a good experience, and it was still hard as hell. So like, be nice to your teachers, right? If you're a student, if you're a parent, be patient. Like we're all fighting for the same things here. Like they want the success of your child or whatever, and but it's tough. There's so much. Like, it was very hard. Like my weekends weren't like, oh, cool, let's relax. My weekends were usually grading and then prepping for the next week and just like praying I'd survive another week. I mean, it's hyperbole, obviously. After a while, you kind of get your routine down. But those first few years are really, really tough. So there was a period where I didn't play a ton of Madden. So like I missed out on probably some of like the prime years of it, like some of the real classic ones that people talk about, like kind of the tail end of like the PS2. Or even just the PS2 era on Madden. I got a PS2 like my first year PS2? No, PS3. PS3 was kind of the golden era of Madden, excuse me. And I think I got a PS3 like my first year I was a teacher. But again, like not a ton of time to play. That was always my joke with students is like when you're young and broke, you have all the time in the world to play video games. You have summers off or whatever, but you have no money, right? You can't buy any damn games. And then you get an actual real job and it's like, oh, I have some money, but you don't have any time. And so it's like, it's this constant, like there was a huge period where, and that's kind of how I even got into writing for Operation Sports, is I would just read about games because I didn't have the time to play them. And I still do that now, like Call of Duty looks really neat. It's not really my cup of tea, especially because I don't play online. I get my ass kicked. But it looks gorgeous. So I'm like reading, I'm watching YouTube videos. Victoria 3 is a game I'm like, really, my brother's been texting me about that. Like Victoria 3 is really great. It's like, okay, but the stuff I've been seeing about this, it seems like I would have to like quit my job and like commit full time to Victoria 3. Like it looks intense. I'd probably have to go to marriage counseling or something because I'd be playing. I mean, it's like a huge commitment, it looks like. And so,
Detroit,
there's just, I don't know. there's a lot there, I guess. But yeah, what was the actual question? When did I first start seeing Madden go down in quality? To me, it's up and down. This year, it was down for me. Like, the fact that, I mean, there's so much crap I'm reading about how bad Madden is this year with, you know, just, you know, online franchises not, like, reverting back and the draft crashing and reverting backwards. And it's just stuff that's like, what the hell is going on? And what's going on, in my opinion, is like they're just not focused in the right areas on it. At least for what we're looking for. They're not worried about the quality of franchise mode. And I don't know. And that's when I'm out. Like, sorry, no interest. That's just not a game I'm interested in. Just like there's a ton of other games I'm not interested in. Come on, guys. Our team's so bad. Our secondary is so bad. This is awful. I just don't know what else to do. They won't run the damn ball. Up by 300 points.
Pitches the ball out.
There we go. See, run the ball so we can actually stop you.
He won't make it very far before being dragged down.
So I don't know. Like,
will bring up second down.
I really liked Madden 21. That's probably my favorite Madden. At the same time, it was still missing so much stuff. You know, like I miss having things like the Tony Bruno show, and I don't know.
Looking to pass, snagged out of the air.
To me, here's my official answer on where Madden went downhill. It was probably around like 06, 09. It's when they used to have head coach football, right? Why they didn't take that and just build Madden around that, or vice versa, build that into Madden, I don't know. And that to me is like the pinnacle moment where they had head coach is an amazing game. To me, it's like one of EA Sports' best sport games, but it's not even a game you can play.
There's a flag on the field.
Right?
Steps out of bounds. Let's see what the call
if they had combined that and you would have Madden's gameplay, even if you just had like the franchise mode of Head Coach 09, which is a game that's, you know, going on almost 15 years old, right? That game would be amazing. That would be a great game. I would play it constantly. It would, to me, I would play it more than NBA 2K.
Detroit will accept the penalty.
Most holding
yeah,
penalties
it would
are the
be
result of poor positioning
an incredible,
by the blocker,
incredible
they use
game.
Their hands to compensate for being out of position.
What's not an incredible game is the Detroit Firebirds' effort here.
High, catches it.
Of course he catches it. Oh, gosh.
That'll give them a fresh set of downs.
Getting smoked, guys.
With that first down, the QB gets a bit
But I'm glad. I
really
didn't want to go
helps his
16-0 or
forward.
something like this. And, yeah, I don't know.
7, play of the drive for Green
Try
Bay.
to pinch the line in, maybe? Like, I can get no pressure.
He hands it to number. He crosses the goal line.
Still right up the middle.
Touchdown.
You
Holy
could
cow.
tell
This
the
is like a
defense
college game.
respected the offense's ability to throw smart passes. That run caught them
Oof,
by
man,
surprise
our
a bit,
defense.
and they weren't able to prevent the touchdown.
And it's good. Green
Well,
Bay
it's going to make it
adds
fun.
another
It'll make
score,
scouting fun, too, if we start getting our
48-17.
ass kicked every week.
The home team would do well to really focus here. They need to execute a quick drive and score to get back into this game.
Gregory catches the kickoff. The runner shakes off the tackle. And he's
I'm still
brought
using the
down
right
after
stick
a
to try and
return
juke.
of
It's so hard to like get out of the
home
Madden
team
stuff.
has a great opportunity here to build some momentum and eat away at that lead
I
they're
might as well run the
facing.
ball a little bit, right? There's no reason to just try to keep a balanced offense here in this fourth quarter and try and do some things. Here we go. It's a good run. We'll take that. Let's see. Those counters are working pretty well. Let's try some
Second down.
strong running here.
Knight with the handoff.
Oh, wow. So again, I wasn't even looking at that. I was watching that guard, and I was going really slow intentionally, letting the blocks develop.
That will do it.
I think our
for the
center just
third
got small.
quarter.
Our center is our worst
Green Bay with the
lineman.
lead, 48-17. Muscles a pass across
go.
the first down line.
I really did try to muscle
That'll
that
be
pass.
enough
I
for the first
don't
down.
think it
We
I think
see
it
the
just kind of
ref checking
intelligently
the ball
decides on
after
the
that. Officially, he's looking at air pressure, but personally, I think he's
oomph
looking
behind
for
the ball,
burn
I guess.
marks.
Complete to number 17.
Man, those are like, I keep throwing underneath thinking like, okay, if I make a move, I got some, I got some space here. And it just does not work that way.
Knight handing it off. Tackled quickly up at the 49-yard line. Third down.
Actually
Let's
gonna run
see what
this.
the call is
See if
on
we can pick
third
it up.
down.
We are gonna audible because they are kind of short on their coverage over there. What do I want to run though? We're just gonna run the strong
Knight
side here.
appears to
Ah,
be
they shifted their
changing the
defense.
play.
That's okay. Oh my gosh, is that our center? Like I can't.
Fourth down.
Somebody's got to check the
coach
replay on
showed
that.
some
Like
wisdom and football knowledge on
our
that call.
center is just
Take what
getting
the defense gives you
smoked.
and live to fight another day.
All right, let's look at this tight end. He's had a good game today.
Drops back into the pocket. Fires a rocket. And it's
Oh,
picked
come
off by
on.
number 37.
Dang.
There are no
Really
mulligans
ugly
in
game,
football,
guys.
Dave. The quarterback takes a bogey on that one.
Detroit can't convert. That will be a turnover on
Again,
down.
not access
The
football.
defense has a
That
chance
game's
to
not. This
come
is a
up
good
big.
game.
If they can force
We're
a punt
playing
after that
ugly.
turnover, it'll
Wanna
give the
clarify
entire
that.
team a boost of confidence.
Burke makes the handoff. That will bring up second down.
Oh, stupid Green Bay. I can't wait to get our revenge.
Burke looking to pass, fakes the handoff and looks to pass. The quarterback decides
Their
to
quarterback
run.
doesn't get cement in his shoes. Okay, let's see. 3rd and 3. We're going to stay in a 4-3.
Third
bring a
down
blitz
and
here.
short. Quarterback to pass. The pass is intercepted by number 50.
All right.
Breaking free.
That's
He's
actually the
taken
AI was
down
controlling
by
him. I
Bishop.
couldn't even like move that
I
guy.
bet the quarterback wishes he could have that one back. The home team will be looking
I'm gonna
to
try
turn
that
that
counter
turnover
play here and
into
see
some
if-
points here.
Yeah, so we get the mismatch I'm kind of looking for out there. We should have an extra blocker and a pulling guard here. So, ooh, and they drop back in coverage. There we go. I like how
Runner
this spin.
steps out
He
of
like
bounds,
spins completely the
and
wrong
that's
way. It
enough
makes
for a first down.
no sense at all.
That's
But
one way not to worry about converting on third down. Just get it done on the first down.
First down.
will I have enough time for these routes to develop?
Detroit will fake the handoff and look to pass. And it's caught for a touchdown.
What a play, Dave.
We did have enough
They
time.
committed to the game plan, and it pays off with points on the board.
Here's the kick. And it's good. Detroit eats away at the lead a bit. 48-24.
The home team got the ball rolling with that score. Now, they need a big stop
Oh,
and
oh wow!
another
I
score
must
to
have
keep
hit,
the momentum
not hit
going.
the full power kick there.
He shakes off the tackler. Makes the return up to the 38.
It's going to take multiple possessions for the defense to get back into this game. I'm expecting a lot of runs on this drive to keep the clock moving.
Burke drops back. Play action pass. The ball
Oh,
falls to the
that'd have been a
ground.
pick six.
Incomplete.
Really good questions, J-Rod. You got some
Drops
good
back,
questions
fakes the
today, my man.
handoff and looks to pass.
Oh,
Incomplete.
like again, I was like holding triangle, hoping he would die for the ball. I like that I have some shots. Let me read that question and I'll think about it. I think I saw the gist of it. Hang on, let me get the chat back up. Are there any sport game accomplishments that stand out for you over the years, either defined by the game or just your own goals? Yeah, gosh, there's a few. I think I mentioned I completed 2 or maybe 3 full seasons in MLB The Show, where I played every single pitch, every single game. We streamed a lot of it here on the YouTube channel. I don't think I have those videos up there anymore. when I became a partner, I just kind of cleaned out some of the older stuff. So that was huge. That was really cool. I think my other ones is our Out of the Park Baseball League with Sim Sports Gaming that we run in real time. So we sim one day every day, and we've been doing that since 2015, so 8 years. And I have been controlling basically being the owner or general manager, I guess, of the Angels. And so we have Mike Trout. We, of course, don't have, like, Ohtani or anything. Pick it off.
And he can't reel it in.
So this is back in 2015. Like, I had Albert Pujols in the team originally. Anyway, I've taken that team to the World Series twice. We lost both times. I think 2016 and then maybe, I think 2 years ago, so 2020. Have won 3 straight division titles, including this year, but got bounced. So we're in the World Series right now. Our Arizona team has a 3-0 lead on Toronto, actually, who's been a really, really good team. And Arizona's kind of up and coming. Anyway, so my accomplishment, I think, just is kind of just managing that team and doing a pretty darn good job with it, I would say. So there's the slow running. Is he going to fumble? No. Yeah, I would. Off the top of my head, those are the ones I can think of. It's funny, I've never won a championship in any of my sim leagues. I've been playing in sim leagues since like 1996. I was in a sim league actually with, if any of you guys are familiar with the Wolverine Studios, Wolverine Studio, singular. The owner of that studio, Gary Gorski, which, by the way, we had a Michigan fan in here earlier. He's a Michigan grad. I was in a league that he used to run, just like he just ran the league when he was a college student at Michigan. And, oh, cool, Curtis. Glad to hear. I'll read your comment here in a second. So anyway, I was in a league with Gary Gorski that he ran when he was a student at University of Michigan. And so I've been playing in online leagues a long time is the point of that story. And I've taken a front office football team to the Super Bowl, lost. I've taken the 2 teams I mentioned in Out of the Park to a World Series. In other leagues, I've taken 1 or 2 other teams to a World Series, but I've never won. So it's like I am like the Chicago Cubs of like sim sports, leagues or whatever. So yeah, it's sad. And I would say the other highlight is just like, pick it off, damn it. Did I get a flag for pass interference? Holding, we'll take it. I think the slider stuff's been really cool. Like that's, I think, an accomplishment for me is just being able to create consistent and, I guess, popular slider sets for different games. MLB The Show, I mean, I didn't get the game this year, but it's just no joke. Like, I've had the #1 downloaded, highest rated slider set for probably half a decade in that game. And that's like statistical proof. Like, you can load up the games and look who's downloaded it the most, which are the highest rated. And so I mean, I think that's probably a really, really cool accomplishment. Yeah, Curtis, that's awesome. Yeah, it is tough. I built a nice team that can make the playoffs and stuff, but man, it's a different animal when you're talking about actually winning it all. So I don't know what I'm doing. Shift, DBs, move back, guys. Don't embarrass yourself here, please. Pick it off.
And he misses
Damn it.
his mark.
I don't know what I intercept. I'm so there for it.
Incomplete. Those
Field
are the types
goal.
of throws
They want to put up 50 on us. These guys are assholes.
To the challenge that time.
The kick is made. And he makes it from 48 yards out.
Boo.
Green Bay adds another
Screw you, Green Bay.
51-24.
Gotta get our defense right, guys.
You see the defense almost motion to clear some room on the bench. These guys are getting winded.
Gregory takes the kickoff. The runner shakes off the tackle.
Come on.
Forced out of bounds, close to the
Let's see.
40.
See some other comments here, guys. Let's
to get to work
see what we
here.
got.
They've got an uphill road ahead of them.
So yeah, sports game accomplishments. We talked about those. I mean, another cool accomplishment, going back to that league I was in with Gary Gorski at Wolverine Studio. He probably doesn't remember me because I probably used like my real name at the time. I don't even know. I think him and I maybe talked about it at some point. But just excuse me. Just being in that league, like realizing like, oh my gosh, there's online leagues. This is amazing. And like, this is like the days of dial-up, like kicking my parents off the phone so I could, work on my football team or whatever. That's just so cool, and that's still something I love. And if you haven't checked out Sim Sports Gaming, like the leagues we run in real time, super cool. Again, we're in the baseball league that's been running since 2015. Curtis says, dude, your video about the franchise mode sold me on this game. That's awesome. Yeah, it's cool. And again, there's no affiliation. I don't work for Axis. They're not paying me any money. This is just, it was my opinion, and I was very candid. There's a few things in that video that I'm like, I think this needs work. But to me, like 85-90% of what I see in franchise mode is pretty good. And I really like it. Tyler asked the golden question here. Is this game better than Madden? I'm going to play it. I'm not playing Madden. I didn't buy Madden. I mean, you know, the gameplay, obviously, the graphics and stuff's probably better in Madden. But I still like what I see. I mean, this game's pretty lopsided. We're getting our ass kicked here, but I just don't like Madden anymore. I really don't. I'm not trying to make a stance. I'm not trying to like get followers for it. I don't like it. It's like the same thing of like, I don't parade around and say I don't like seafood. Like, I just don't eat it, right? Like, it's just one of those things. I just don't enjoy it. Yeah, Curtis says it's been a breath of fresh air, and that's probably the best way to explain this game, right? It's just it is cool, and to me, it's like we can support some of these smaller studios who are doing right things, kind of heading in the right direction, and I think it's a really cool thing. So Curtis says this game works, so I would say yes, better than Madden. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's again very simply put, it works. Oh, let's see. What do we want to run here? Let's just keep running the ball.
Will begin from the 40. Knight handing it off. That gets us to second down.
Let's try the screen pass here. I gotta work on this here. What better game to do it when we're getting blown out here?
Tosses a screen pass out to the sideline. That brings up third down.
Yeah, they are killing us, Hushroom. Hey, happy Saturday to you as well.
Third and long.
We're replaying this game. Kind of restarted the franchise here with some different settings, just kind of back to default. And we beat them the first time. They are killing us, though, this time.
He steps back to pass.
I pushed the wrong button, but it's actually not that bad. I'm thinking O is my receiver to the right.
When you throw passes with that much heat, it
Fourth
makes
and
it
6.
hard for the receiver to catch, but also for the defender.
What do we do
to
here?
pick
Do we
it
go
off.
for this? Might as well, I guess, right?
Fourth down.
Not like it matters.
He steps back to pass. And they can't
dude,
connect.
get that.
Incomplete.
Going for it
Get
on
that play.
fourth down is always risky. That time just didn't pay off for the offense.
The QB makes the toss. Shaking off the tackler.
Yeah, the 1.6 sliders I like a lot for NBA 2K, Hushroom. Oh, let's see. Go. 17 and 14 with the Pacers. Yeah, I mean,
third down.
I'm 3-1 with the Timberwolves, but I've played some terrible teams. And obviously you haven't played all of those games on my slider set, I'm assuming. Certainly not 1.6.
Let's see what the call is on third down. Burke steps back into the pocket. Pulled in by number 17.
The quarterback's got a nice touch.
That'll give them a fresh set of downs.
Nice route and pass to pick up the first down there.
Oh, okay, you're simming a bunch, yeah. That makes me feel better.
Burke with the handoff.
Yeah, they're not terrible. Yeah, Halperson's amazing.
The QB hands it off. Good enough for a first down.
When you can pick up the first by running, it really opens up your playbook for the next set of downs.
The QB makes the toss. Second down. Eighth play of the drive for the Axemen. The Axemen with a single back in the backfield. The handoff is taken by number. He scored.
Man.
The away
bad.
team had all cylinders firing on that touchdown.
J-Rod says, as an on-the-sticks only sports gamer, your content persona honestly has my interest peaked towards playing the sim side of things. I have to think I'd get something new from those types of experiences. Yeah, and same to you. You know, maybe, I don't know, I've had a lot of people ask me, like, why don't you stream my career? Why don't you do more things like that? And I mean, for no other reason why, they just don't really interest me, but obviously I must be missing something because it's super popular. And the other thing is, too, I'm just like, well, there's already 10 million people streaming that. Like, if you want to go watch a stream of somebody, I guess the only angle I could have is like, hey, welcome to my career, for people who have no idea what they're doing and want to see, like, what it's like someone going through this blindly. I mean, I'm not completely naive to the modes, but, you know.
It's time for them to buckle down
58 to 24. This is ridiculous.
Any chance of turning things around.
Throws high down the middle. A flag on the play.
Wow.
He's brought down.
Can't believe he caught that.
Well, we'll see if that holds up after the penalty. Green
Maybe
Bay
make the argument like deep catching is
most holding penalties
a little overpowered. If I ever go back to Madden, this game's gonna get me in so many bad habits of just like, yeah, let's just chuck it.
For being out of position.
Muscles a pass along the sideline. He's brought down.
That's one of those things that's just not coachable, Dave. You either have the ability to launch a ball in there like that, or you don't.
He fires a pass. He's stopped. That will bring up third down.
I don't really know if
Detroit
calling timeouts matters
here.
a whole lot. I guess it stops the clock from running down, right?
Let's see what the call is on third down. Quarterback to pass. Play action.
Oh,
he is sacked in the backfield by number 52.
I tried to pass it right away, but it just did not work. We're going to just
smart
punt
play
this.
by the offense. Everything was covered downfield, and you don't want to force one in. Throw it short and see if the receiver can make a play to get the first down.
What an ugly game.
The kick is caught at the 30-yard line.
The home team could really use a big play here on defense. Something to spark a comeback.
The QB makes the toss. Second down.
You're just going to run the clock? Looks like it. Huh, it doesn't use the accelerate clock here, though. That's weird. Rough game. Oh, man. That was rough. Yeah, but still pretty cool. Guys, I want to thank you for checking out the stream, for subscribing. I've had a lot of that happening here recently. And, yeah, I mean, I really think it's neat to see things like J-Rod mentioned about, like, oh, I didn't really ever think about
Detroit takes the penalty.
kind of like the more sim style, sim angle, and to me it's like they're teaching tools in a way, right? It's a way that you can kind of learn, like, how does the front office work in a particular sport that you're interested in. And it's stuff I want to be doing on this channel and continue to do. So thanks to those who are subscribing. Thanks for liking the videos and sharing those out, being active on Twitter and that sort of thing. I think the more we talk about this stuff, the better. I know one thing for sure. I think I read earlier this week that Football Manager is coming to PlayStation this year. It was on Xbox last year. And, of course, that's a wildly popular simulator, probably the most popular sports sim in the world. And it's always been on PC, which I've had versions before, but I haven't dug really deep into that game. And that's a series, that's a game I'd like to do some more with PlayStation, even though I know, like, well, it's not going to probably have the modding community like you do on PC and that kind of thing. But maybe there's some stuff there that we could do and just really enjoy that game for what it is. And even if it is on the console. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. So this was a brutal game.
For the away team.
Oh my God, their quarterback had 549 yards.
Overall, a great performance.
There were a lot of plays run here, and I almost kind of regret having I went back to like their settings for accelerated clock, and I think there were probably too many plays being run. Like, I might need to lower that down. When I was doing that, though, on one of my test videos, or the franchise video, we saw a lot of like delayed games, and so I got paranoid about, like, well, maybe they don't have enough time to use motion. They're not like cognizant of the actual clock itself, and so I put that back to 17. But maybe 10-minute quarters is more what we need. But let's before we just make that assumption, let's take, actually, I think it tells you how many plays were run somewhere here. Team stats. So total plays, yeah. Well, they're actually not that high. Because you want like 125, 130 at the most, maybe. So yeah, we're certainly above that. 58 and 87. But again, if you cut off 50% of that, or a third of that number, I don't know. And I think that's just where you have to kind of manipulate a little bit with the clock, with the accelerated clock, to maybe tick some more time off in between plays. It'll bring that play total down a little bit there. So that's the idea. But anyway, guys, these stats are pretty ugly. Yeah, yikes. Just some really, really gross stuff there, but still a really, really fun game. Both quarterbacks, 77% passing, 52 attempts for them, still 22 carries. They had the ball a lot. So, but anyway, that's it, guys. We'll be back. I'll be streaming some more. I don't know if it'll be today or tomorrow, but definitely back. And I know some folks have been asking about the Knicks series. We'll keep that going too at some point. Just a lot of stuff going on. Lots of games coming out too. So, but enjoy your weekend, and enjoy watching football this weekend, and I will talk to you guys next time.